Welcome to the It's UATL podcast, your guide to Black culture in Atlanta. I'm Naja Parker.
I'm Deasia Page.
And I'm Nedra Roan.
How are we feeling today?
I'm back to sleep.
We've reverted.
Overwhelmed.
Overworked. Okay. Overworked.
Underpaid.
Lord. The plight.
As soon as you said overworked, underpaid popped into my head.
Let's manifest more checks then.
Let's do it.
So this week we're talking to self-proclaimed Atlanthropologist Miss 404 about all things ATL. Plus, we'll tell you why we can't stop thinking about this Usher and Chris Brown tour. But first, it's time for the rundown of Black culture news in ATL and beyond making headlines. Deasia, what do we have first?
Okay, so some sad news to report. The new Black Wall Street market is coming to a close. Its last day will be April 30th. For those who don't know, the new Black Wall Street market is located in Stonecrest and includes a bunch of Black-owned shops, artists, and restaurants. Now, I've never been to this market. Have you all?
I was going to ask you that. I have not.
Yeah, I'm
and
ashamed
this
to
might
say.
be why it's closing.
Yeah, it is.
Because we didn't go, y'all.
Yeah, I think my only connection to it is I was at Essence Fest and I saw a vendor there that also was at the new Black Wall Street market. But yeah, I've never been though.
And we had 5 years to go.
Yeah.
And I feel some shame because I live in Decatur and
It's not too
Decatur
far.
ain't number 10,
You
15
could've
minutes
been
from
there.
Stonecrest.
So you could have gone.
You know, my dad, he went in the building for a birthday party a couple of years ago and walked through the market, but I don't think he bought anything. Oh, are we the issue? Is it us?
Clearly.
Well, they said business was slow, and there have been some issues in the past. I think they wanted to do like a expanded version, but I think the market in the city weren't in agreement on that.
So for context, this was supposed to be reflective of the Tulsa Black Wall Street. That's where they came up with the name, right? And they were trying to recreate, I guess, this moment where Black dollars were staying in the community.
Yeah.
Does that sound right?
Yep, that sounds
Yeah, it does.
perfect.
I mean, did it start in 2021?
That was 2020, right?
Yeah, it
2020.
was.
2021. Yeah.
And it opened pretty successfully. It was October 2021, and they had more than 100 vendors, and they have 118 spaces, so they almost, completely filled out. They were almost full. Yeah. And we reported that there were 10,000 attendees that first weekend.
Oh, wow.
So I guess it went down from there.
I feel like that's always the problem when you're looking for, if you want to buy Black, so to speak, right? If it's not convenient, then
that's a good point.
it starts to fall apart. And that's when Target or Walmart or the quick big box places are more convenient. So that's always the issue, is convenience, I think.
I think that's a good point because I don't even like to shop, in person, going to the store. I'll order my groceries online and I pick them up. I don't even want to think about entering any kind of business. And if it ain't online, which is, to your point, way more convenient than visiting in person, you probably won't see me in the store.
Or like there's a Target on every corner. There's a Walmart. But, if you got to drive to Stonecrest, are you really going to buy that soap or are you just going to buy some Ivory?
Which floats in the bathtub.
So pure. It floats. So, I guess they also said there were issues with the building. Like you said, there was the leaky roof, bad management.
Some tenants also had some, former tenants also had some issues too. And like I said, they were planning to do an expanded version that would have included an international village and a 16-story hotel, which just reading that kind of sounds very ambitious.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why it didn't work out.
A hotel?
I don't know.
Who's staying in Stonecrest Mall?
Maybe it'll be a cheaper price if you go
Maybe we would have gone if we could have stayed in the hotel.
Yeah.
You go stay overnight and go to the Black Wall Street.
And as of right now, it's unclear what will be the new space. But I'm sure it will be picked up pretty soon.
Yeah.
Well, should we go for the closeout sales? That would feel bad though, right? Like we're just gonna show up for the sale.
That was like, we needed y'all the last 5 years. Why you coming on the last day?
Right.
This ain't really doing what we needed to do.
That would be kind of raggedy.
Would it be like a slap in the face? Like,
Okay, Nedra, what's next on our list today?
Well, someone is going to have to tell Keisha Lance Bottoms that we, in fact, are not full. Because in late March, the U.S. Census released new population data, and it showed that while growth has slowed, Atlanta is still doubling the national average for growth. So we might feel full, but we are not really full.
Wow.
Atlanta is the number 3 region in the United States in terms of numeric population growth, and it follows Houston and Dallas, and it's ahead of Phoenix and Charlotte. What do y'all think of that?
Did Chicago weigh in at all?
Not this week. Chicago has nothing to say right now.
Yeah, I kind of had to wrap my mind around the data, like population growth versus population.
Yeah, I didn't really understand it, and I'm glad I didn't have to do this one because it still feels like it's kind of full, but maybe it's not.
Well, part of it feeling full, of course, is because, as many people have assessed, our infrastructure does not support a lot of people. So there's a lot of traffic on the roads, and you can't buy a house because they cost too much because there's not enough houses on the market. So all of these things that make it feel like the city is packed with people is really just Atlanta not quite doing things the right way.
Yeah. It's
And
like we
addressing
can't-
the issues. We're not addressing the core issues. Let's say that.
we can't support the people who want to come here. There's no room for you. Your quality of life might be trash.
There's room.
There's room physically.
Right. There is room. But you may not live the life you think you're going to live.
Yeah. Yeah, that breakdown really helped because I'm frustrated on I-75 every day.
Every day.
Every day. Yeah. But learning that the infrastructure is the reason it feels so full made a lot of sense to me.
Yeah. Well, we recently talked to Miss 404, who had a lot to say about this topic. So, hopefully she'll expound a little bit on that and tell people why we feel full but are not, in fact, full.
All right, y'all. Well, in other news, I hate to say it because I'm about to talk about my alma mater, but for the first time in history, Spelman College has crowned 2 queens during its annual Miss Spelman pageant. So both Jillian Collier and Kinsley Wilson will share the title of co-Miss Spelman during the next academic school year. And there's been a lot of controversy surrounding this. Part of the reason is because during the pageant, they announced that Kinsley Wilson was Miss Spelman. And then about a week later, they announced that there will be 2 Miss Spelmans, which is just absolutely unheard of. And they claimed that there was some kind of technical glitch and they needed to recalculate the numbers, which is why they made this announcement about a week later after crowning Kinsley as the original Miss Wilson. And Jillian Collier, I hope I'm explaining this right, she was crowned during the ceremony the first attendant, so the runner-up or second place. But now they're sharing the title. They haven't given us a lot of details about why they needed to do a recalculation or what prompted them to look at the numbers again. But this is some history making stuff for Spelman.
I have questions about this.
Okay, let's get into your first one.
Okay. Number 1. When did they figure out that there was an error in the calculation and how?
They won't say.
Right.
They won't say. And to be clear, we have reached out to Spelman, UATL, and AJC, and they gave us a very formal, in my opinion, generic statement. It says, following a comprehensive review of the 2026 Miss Spelman pageant, the college identified a technical discrepancy in the initial scoring results. In a decision that reflects our commitment to equity and the exceptional caliber of our students, Miss Spelman College has named co-Miss Spelmans. This move ensures that the hard work and excellence of these scholars are acknowledged and fully celebrated.
I mean, I feel like someone had to say something in order to initiate a review, right? Because why wouldn't you just think that it was right?
11 Alive has done some reporting on this too, and they said that they determined that Jillian Collier, the one who was first attendant or runner-up, she had earned the highest overall score when they did their recalculation. But again, I don't know what prompted them to even recalculate.
So who's on the judging committee for this, or what does that look like?
They typically pick 3 judges every year, and I'm speaking from experience. I was a judge last year, And, thank God my experience wasn't
Yes.
I didn't do it.
I didn't do it. But there are 3 judges. And so the ladies go through an extensive process. There are 7 contestants that are competing for the crown, and they're scored based on a pre-pageant interview with the judges. And then during the actual ceremony, they do a performance or an artistic expression, which they're judged on. They do a question and answer portion. They do a presentation and community achievement. And then there's an overall composite score. So in my experience, the judges were given tablets where we could input our scores, and it does the tabulation on the back end.
So it's not even by hand. This is like digital.
It is digital. I will say they gave us paper and pen in the event that there was a digital issue. So I don't know if that is what happened during this year's pageant where they felt like they had to do a recalculation.
So question number 2. Speaking as a former judge, when you input your scores, was there any conversation, or was it just, did you talk to the other judge, or you just put in?
Yeah, you don't talk to
You
the
don't
other
talk to anybody.
judges. There is no, let's get together and
Right.
talk about what we should rate this person. There are individual tabulations from each judge.
So, I mean, to me then, and look, I'm just going to cast dispersions all over the place, but it seems like if you're just entering the scores and they're going to a place, that the technical discrepancy would have happened when the scores got to the location, not
final
in the
location.
entering,
Yeah.
right?
And so now they're saying they're going to kind of do a rehaul of this process and start from scratch and rethink how they go about judging the Miss Spelman pageant. And Brooke wrote a story about this. We love Brooke Howard. Shout out to her.
Hey, bro.
She did a story, and she uncovered that this isn't the first time something like this has happened. There was a queen, I think back in 2006, who was originally given the first attendant title, and they later crowned her as Miss Spelman. And so I don't know if they was using tablets in 2006, but that didn't make news, I guess, because it wasn't 2 Miss Spelmans. But yeah, and it seems messy
That's
all
kinda messy.
around.
Yeah. Well, I feel like the ladies are handling it well, right? No?
I don't know, because
They seem to take on the spirit of,
but neither
let's
of them
just-
have posted since all of these
So we don't
announcements.
really know
I
what
don't
they're
really
thinking.
know.
We don't really
and
know.
11 Alive, in their report, they said they obtained some statement from Jillian Collar, the one who was originally named first attendant, and she vehemently disagreed with the co-queen title. Now, we haven't confirmed that, but 11 Alive is reporting that in their story.
Well, I retract what I said.
So I don't know. Ain't nobody posted on their socials. Usually, after the Miss Spelman pageant, the winner and the attendees in the court, they're celebrating on social media. They're posting footage from the actual ceremony. I haven't seen that happen for either of those ladies. In fact, Kinsley, I don't know if it was like this before, but her Instagram account is private. And I don't know if if it was always private or if she had to do that since the announcement.
And to be clear, what does Miss Spelman do? Are they just ambassadors of the school?
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, they're ambassadors of the school. They represent and embody the school's mission. They go to different events and represent for Spelman in all kinds of ways. And we asked this too, and they just gave us this statement. But I'm curious about how you're going to approach having 2 queens in the next school year. How do you split up
gets to
those
go where?
duties? And I think there are also additional pageants that they can participate in. So how do you decide who's going to represent Spelman? Because I doubt that
They're going to take 2.
they're going to take. Are there going to be 2 FAMU queens?
I doubt it.
Who knows?
You know what? They're all queens to me.
Amen to that.
Yeah,
Amen to
everybody
that.
gets a crown.
Everyone gets the crown. They're all queens.
Amen.
And now it's time for our main segment. So today's guest is an Atlanta native known as an Atlanthropologist, Atia Nadira, also known as Miss 404 on her socials, where she has garnered over 100,000 followers. She talks about everything on her page, from traffic to the food scene here in ATL. Atia, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So first, just start off telling us why you wanted to start an Instagram channel like this.
Okay, so I was already on Instagram. I already just give my thoughts on Instagram. Quite literally, it's just me putting a camera in front of my internal monologue. It's stuff I talk about all the time. It's little quips I say. And then so I was like, I need to turn this into a series. And that's That's how I was born.
Wow.
Did you feel like people needed, a guide to Atlanta?
I felt like
And why?
I felt like Atlanta needed a voice that was on his side. I feel like we get a lot of backlash. We get a lot of, even people from here often have something negative to say. And not to say that this city is above reproach. It's just, I wanted us to have a voice that we all collectively said, yeah, that. And so where that could live. And that was my intention.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you label yourself as an Atlanthropologist.
Say that 3 times. Right? I think everybody should practice Atlanthropologist.
Yeah, amen. What does that mean to you?
Okay, so originally in the very first, if you go back to my very first episode of the series, I call myself an Atlanta anthropologist, right? And then I had a comment under there. I believe her name was like Dragon Ray. I screenshot it because I wanted to shout her out one day. But she was just like, Atlanthropologist was right there. And I was like, and it still is. But like, it still is. Yoink, let me get that up off of you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And so because, I already study people. Like that is actually a genuine passion of mine, studying people. And I love my city. You put the two together. That's how we got it. But it really is just an understanding of people and studying the people and understanding the culture. And I just thought, well, that's just the perfect combination.
I feel like we should brand this. Like there should there should be Miss 312. There should be
Definitely
202s, 212. What other area codes can we shout out?
I would love to collaborate. I need the other misses to show up.
Yes,
Yes.
that would be awesome. I'd love that. I would
Yeah.
follow everyone.
No, me too. Me too. In terms of like, your passion for studying people, where did that sort of emerge?
Oh,
for
that's
you?
been from the gate. I actually have, my biggest passion growing up was actually marketing. So like, big fan of marketing. I loved the Chick-fil-A marketing as a kid. Like, I thought the concept of a cow being marketing chicken, I thought that was brilliant. And so that started it. And then, of course, marketing led me to psychology. And then psychology led me to understanding people. And then I realized when you combine psychology and marketing, you can make a lot of money. So it really just made me double down on understanding why people do what they do and rather than judging it and looking at it through a more analytical lens. Oh, that's why people do. And it actually makes it much easier not to take things personally when you just look like, oh, this is a common behavior amongst the people because of this particular external factor.
Is that did you study marketing and psychology at school?
So I did it in high school. I was, had AP psychology, all that. My psych teacher didn't like me all that much.
Oh. Well, you got
He
her
liked
back.
me. No, it's a him. And I was a little too out of the box of a thinker for him. So
He couldn't appreciate your
but I did
beauty.
go to college for business and marketing, but I was only there for a year. So,
Got it.
I was just taking all the basic classes.
Yeah.
Pretty much all of it is studying people.
Yes. On the street, learning. Got it. You were born and raised in Atlanta, is that right?
Born and raised.
What part of town are you from?
I'm from the SWATs.
What do you think makes the city special?
It's always people in any city. I think that is the soul. But I think the unique combination of people and culture here is something that is like no other city in the world. And I've been to many other cities, but the reason we're not a real place is because you can't put it into words. And I think that's what makes us so unique.
When you think about Atlanta's culture, what comes up first for you? I know you said the people. Would that answer still
Music
be-
and food.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, see, as someone who's from Chicago and recently moved, I've lived here for 4 years now. I always be like, does Atlanta have good food? I haven't had it. I'm trying to explore my options.
Okay.
There are some
And I
things.
know
So
you
you got
said
two
you
Chicago
said-
people
I'm
sitting
gonna
over
say
here.
Go out
something
of the city.
controversial.
You said
Yeah,
to-
I'm gonna say
okay.
something controversial. Y'all gonna get me in trouble. Okay, y'all gonna get me in trouble. The best food is in Georgia. You gotta go outside the city.
So really out, not just the
really
okay.
outside the perimeter, because
Okay.
that's where they're actually cooking. The food. A lot of it is really aesthetics in the city.
Yes,
there
I
is
do
good
agree
food
with
in
that.
the city, but the further out you go, and I would say like, dang, y'all gonna
How
get me in
far?
trouble.
How far do we got to go?
Southeast side. I'm telling y'all, like Decatur really do have the best food. Like the
And I, as a Decatur resident,
best food. If you're looking for food in the city, and then if you want to go far north, if you want like off Buford and stuff, if you
Yeah.
want like more diversity in your cuisine. But yeah, inside the city, it's about aesthetic.
There are just things as a native Chicagoan that I am always going to be disappointed in and looking for in Atlanta that don't ever live up to what I want them to live up to. One is barbecue,
oof.
and one is pizza.
I mean, we're not known for pizza or
Yeah.
barbecue, so I'll let that slide.
Thank you.
I mean, if
Appreciate
you
it.
were to say something like wings, we would have to have
Yeah.
a very intense debate. We'd have to pull sites, we'd have to pull resources.
Understood.
Like it would, yeah.
Understood.
But I can accept that.
Thank you. Okay.
And I must say, as a Memphian, that's where I'm from.
Memphian.
Wings.
I never heard it.
Yeah, is it? Yeah, right. Memphian.
No, you're right. I just never heard that.
She's a Menthropologist.
I just have to say, we do barbecue very well.
Yes,
we
you
are
do.
known for that. And we do wings very well, too. So if you haven't been to Memphis for wings.
I have.
Okay. She's like, I have. It wasn't giving.
No. It's good. It's more like a baked wing. You know, we're a fried,
Fried hard for
kinda
sure.
wing
For sure.
people.
Yeah, Chicago got some wings too now. You know Harold's.
Yeah.
Yes.
That mild
Chicago
sauce.
has good
Harold's
food in
actually
general.
came to Atlanta
It did.
I haven't tried the Harold's.
and
here,
subsequently
actually.
disappeared in Edgewood, but that's not
I was
the
about
point.
to say, I haven't tried the.
Oh, no, wait.
one
Are they
here
still
either.
there? And
There's
Is it
there's
Edgewood?
a Harold's off of Old Nat too.
That's it. Old National. Yeah. Anyway. Well, what do you think are some of the misconceptions that people have about Black Atlanta?
I think people think we're a monolith, which is insanity to me. If you've ever stepped foot here, you know, like if you're going to find diversity amongst Black culture, you are going to find it in Atlanta. So I think that's the biggest thing. It's just like you'll see one person from Atlanta and they'll be like, oh, that's how everyone is, or this is how they all are. But we don't even know them. Like, they don't even go here. And I think that's the biggest misconception, that we don't have a variety of opinions, views, backgrounds. Like the whole concept that we all come from just one particular neighborhood is just unfathomable to me, because I've been here the whole time. And I've said this before, but this is where you can see every kind of Black person there is in America. You can see it here. So I think that's a big misconception, because it doesn't exist anywhere else in America.
Yeah.
Now, what are some hard truths? I know earlier you said about, the Atlanta food being kind of like for the aesthetic. If it's in the city, are there any other hard truths about Atlanta that you just one?
It's okay, because I have a video coming out later that's gonna get me in trouble too. So
More on that to come.
our infrastructure. Our infrastructure is debilitating our ability to grow. We were never meant to be a city, because we started off as a as a transportation hub. So because of that, it is hindering our growth. And I also often get a lot of flack for saying, oh, we're full, because everyone's always talking about geographic capacity, but I'm talking about functional capacity.
Yeah.
And until we really do something about the traffic and the public transportation system, our growth has a very finite ceiling. And I think that's a hard truth we're not willing to acknowledge, because we know why the things haven't been expanded. We know why 7585 was made into one highway. We know these things. So it's like an uphill battle, but we're going to have to confront that battle.
Yeah. What do you think it'll take?
I think it'll take voices like mine. I think when we all have a common ground. I think a lot of times we've all been separated. Like I said, we're the tale of two cities. I just made a video about basically saying Atlanta's family tree, and I look at our history through the lens of as if we were a family. And I do that often to invite more controversial views in such a way that it does not alienate anyone. And I think we need more voices like that. Like, I'm not trying to make a bad guy. I know how we got here. I see how we got here. We know. We all know. What are we going to do now? And I think more voices like that are just looking for solutions is what we need, because the more people that are all on one page, then we can all move towards that direction.
Now, you mentioned this traffic. In your opinion, what is the worst spot in Atlanta when it comes to traffic? Where do you see the most congestion?
I don't even mess with the north side of town. I'm not going to hold you. Spaghetti Junction and them, like, y'all got it. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. I'm mad that they're down there doing something at the bottom of 285. I think they're building like a highway on top of it, and I'm appalled. I'm not used to this kind of like highway foolery going on my side of town. Like, what are y'all doing here? We're not the north side. Why is there construction going on at 2 p.m. on a Tuesday? I don't like it. I don't like it.
Are the topics you cover mostly based on like personal experience, or do you do some additional research for those as well?
Oh, I try to make sure I never talk out the side of my neck. So I'll have
Good policy. Good policy.
Yes, we love
I
that.
always have my personal opinions, and I'll go fact check myself, make sure that what I remember is actually like what it was. And then if I'm ever wrong, I have no problem just moving forward. Like, messed that up, I'll circle back. But it's heavily based on personal experience of people around me and studying people. And but I always make sure I go back and research
Yeah.
and make sure I know what I'm talking about.
Do you feel like you're gearing your content mostly to people who live in Atlanta or for people from outside? Like, who do you want to be consuming this?
I want anyone that's interested in Atlanta to be consuming it. I want anyone who has a stake in Atlanta's future to be consuming it. So if you're someone who lives outside of Atlanta, but you invest heavily in Atlanta, I want you watching it. If you're planning on moving to Atlanta, I want you watching it. If you live here, I want you watching it, because we know there's a divide between new Atlanta and old Atlanta. And the reason that is because of lack of communication, of what is the culture, what are we supposed to be doing. So I think if we can all get on one accord, if you have any interest or stake in Atlanta, I think the content's for you.
Yeah. I mean, I hear a lot about the gap between people who are recently relocated to Atlanta, the people who've been here the whole time, and just the lack of understanding. Do you feel like you're helping bridge sort of the gap?
I hope so. A lot of people do. They inbox me and be like, oh, this was so helpful. Or people will be like, I could have used this 10 years ago. This would have been very helpful a couple of years ago. And so, I think that it is helping people better understand why we are the way we are. Because, again, there's a lot of judgment for it. They'll be like, why would y'all do that? Well, let me tell you why. Because we have a reason.
Okay, y'all, it's time to take a break, but we'll be right back. So if somebody were to move to Atlanta, what would you tell them about the city? What do they absolutely need to know?
You need to move to the side of the city that matches your vibe.
Okay.
I could have used that 20 years ago.
It is imperative.
Okay.
If you are the kind of person that likes being able to get up and walk to a nearest coffee shop, you don't need to be moving out to the suburbs because we're a very car dependent city. So you're going to need to move to Midtown, West Midtown, one of those areas so that you can have your walks or on the Beltline, something of that nature. And I think oftentimes people mismatch their energy with the energy of the city, and then they'll be like, oh, I don't like Atlanta. No, you moved in the wrong part.
Yeah.
It's too much Atlanta for you not to like Atlanta.
That's so true.
Yeah, tell me more about some of these vibes in the city. Because I stay in North Druid Hills / also Buckhead too.
That doesn't feel like your vibe. Is that your vibe?
Well, see, I moved here sight unseen because I was moving for a job. So.
And people that move here for a job typically do move to the south, to the northeast side. They move either in the Midtown area or they go up because it's like, oh, the job is typically in the city or it's in Buckhead, and they're like, okay, I'm just gonna move there. And it typically is sight unseen because Buckhead has really good marketing. Okay, Buckhead will have you convinced you're gonna live in the lap of luxury. Okay, until you get there. And he'd be like, okay, maybe a piece of Buckhead, but what about the other stuff? You got to go a little bit further up. But I think that's a big part of it. I think that's actually, if the people are listening, I think that is a great niche as far as helping transplants move here and according to their energy. If you're a native, I think that's a huge niche for someone to offer that service. And y'all are moving to the wrong. It's not something a real estate agent would necessarily do because they're trying to sell a house, and I'm trying to get you to fuel. So I think that would be the biggest hindrance. When people move here, you got to move to the right space for you.
Okay, so I've lived in 3 neighborhoods since I've been here. I moved back to Atlanta in 2016. Well, you are kind of hitting it.
Yes.
I first lived in Southwest Atlanta for about a year. Then I moved to Smyrna in an apartment.
I can see that. I can see that trajectory.
And this was before the Battery.
Right.
And then I moved to Decatur, which is where I'm at now. And I'm in East Atlanta all the time because it's close. I don't have to go into the city and fight traffic to get it. Yes, exactly.
I can see it.
So how would you describe the vibe of a Smyrna or a Southwest Atlanta?
They vary so drastically. I was actually in the comments with someone because in my video I said that the Northwest side was actually more welcoming. And they were like, Cobb County isn't welcoming. And I was like, the Cobb County that extended their transit system so that we could have access to MARTA said the Cobb County that just built the Brave Stadium, that Cobb County, I was like, no, they're strict.
They're strict.
You're real strict. You don't have to drive hands 10 and 2, but you're going to have a good time and you're going to be safe. So it really does depend on the exact city. The exact part of the city, but the energy definitely changes. By neighborhood. It's not even just by county or city. It's by neighborhood.
What vibe of the city am I giving? Now I'm curious. What would you say?
I want to know too. What am I?
You say you study people,
it.
and I'm like, you kind of, you've been in here for a minute. What do I get? Because I'm trying to move, too. So.
With you being from Chicago, I think with people from Chicago, one of the first things that y'all are disappointed by is how the city looks. It's just it's not as pretty from a geographical perspective. So I almost feel like y'all need more access to nature. You need to be somewhere where you have access to a trail, somewhere you can walk, maybe on the east side with her. Like,
Come with me.
Neighbor.
Yep.
Yes.
Got the
But
belt
yeah.
line nearby.
I do like the east side too.
Yeah,
so.
but I think more like Madison Yards area,
Yeah.
like over there. Like I think you would be good, like
see
right,
that.
immediate access to the belt line. But there's a Publix right there, there's a movie theater, like
Yep.
there's a whole bunch of little stuff.
Some amenities. Yeah.
Okay. What does Nedra get?
I mean,
I'm
Nedra
curious.
is where she should be, I think. I think, right? I don't know. I feel like I got fooled when I moved here because, what you're saying. Like, I didn't understand how Atlanta was laid out. I didn't understand how it moved, how you got around, So it would have been very helpful to have your presence to help me out because I was
can help.
confused.
Yeah, it's so funny because I always joke that my stuff is only 2% satire. Like the rest is facts.
most
Like
true. Yeah.
I really mean it.
Yeah.
And it's just like when people are like, no, this has genuinely helped me make a decision about what's time to move on. I'm like, wow. I actually get business owners that reach out to me the most are real estate agents.
Wow.
As far as wanting partnerships, they are the ones who reach out the most. They're like, listen, we can make a lot of money.
Yeah.
And
Right.
I'm like, hold off, y'all.
Wow.
Holding off all those partnerships. But that's the one they definitely like, you seem to know. Come here.
Now, what has surprised you the most since starting up your page and producing this kind of content?
It was just how quickly it grew, but I would say just how diverse the audience that I brought was. Like obviously, I'm black. My content is very black. Like it's not, and the fact that I have such a diverse audience, or anything that I sell or offer, everyone. I mean, when I say diverse, I mean. From race to age, like young all the way to 60-year-olds will inbox me and be like, I am having a great time. I love that. I think the diversity in my audience has been my favorite part because I'm like, Atlanta is so diverse. And they were like, we agree. The fact that I'm making content that a 60-year-old white woman can agree with, I just think it's hilarious.
Because even in one of your videos, you called out the white people of Atlanta and how they're not like the white people everywhere else.
Few places. I said one of the only places in the world where white people assimilate, and they were like, "Yes, we agree."
Accurate.
I didn't get any pushback for that, mind you. Like none. All
That
of them
is
were
so
like,
funny.
"Absolutely, she's right."
Love that.
Yeah. Is there a part of Atlanta culture that you think isn't, respected enough that you thought about doing? Like that was sort of like sparked an idea for a video for you or anything like that? Or
I don't think people really understand our arts culture or our music culture enough and just how impactful it has been to the global society. Like I had a friend who recently, this is a side story, but I don't know if you guys have heard of Joe Damon, but he was the New Zealander who came over here and he started in Atlanta and he just wanted to do a tour of the South because New Zealand actually has a very fond reverence for Atlanta specifically, particularly their native population. Fijian population, they really love Black American culture. So he actually put out a Reddit post saying, hey, y'all, I'm coming to Atlanta. Where should I go? And somebody sent him my first video, and was like, this was the most accurate representation I've seen of Atlanta, and you need to talk to her. So then he linked up with me. He hit me up, and he was like, oh, what places should I go? And because I'm like type A, B, and C, I sent him like a 46-item Excel sheet broken down by where he should go, whether or not it was Black owned, what time was the best time to go. Like I broke it down. So he ended up going to like Cascade Skating Rink.
Okay.
All of these things. But his content, I would say all that to say, his content really blew up because we got to see reverence for our city through the eyes of from somewhere else. Like we're typically told what our city is or what our culture is, not just Atlanta, but Black Americans in general. So for him to come over there and for us to see that aspect of our culture and for it to really impact, like, wow, he's been listening to our music from 1,200 miles away. He's been listening to this music this whole time. I think that's an aspect that people really don't understand is our global impact.
now, before we wrap up, we just want to ask you, like, how are you so ATL?
How am I so ATL?
Yeah.
She said, my name is Miss Spelman.
What more do you want?
But we asked all our guests, this question. So
Oh, I'm so ATL because it's literally born and bred into it. This is quite literally, I've been everywhere else. I've been to so many cities in America, but Atlanta just feels right. It feels like home. It always has. I'm one of those people that every time I drive into the city, I go, I love my city. Like, I get picked on about it, but my mom go, here you go. I do, because I'm a first generation.
Not your mom.
Yeah, because I'm a first generation ATLian. Like, the rest of my family are either from Florida or the West Coast. So when everybody migrated here, I was the first baby born.
Got it.
And then my kids are second generation ATLian. So like we rep it hard. Like, we are insufferable. We're insufferable. So yeah, I think that's what makes me so ATL.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. We've learned quite a lot.
So much.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so before we let y'all go, it's time for Rent Free, where we talk about a story taking up real estate in our minds. And in the minds of a lot of women out there, millennials and Gen Z and maybe Gen X too. Usher and Chris Brown are going on tour. It is called the Raymond and Brown Tour, also known as the R&B Tour, which that is just a terrible name.
No, you hate it.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was going to be called maybe Kings of R&B Tour or something. I don't know. They'll be stopping in Atlanta for 3 nights in November. They just added a third night in Atlanta. They'll be here November 7th, 8th, and 10th at Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Oh, they got the big one.
Yeah, I think this is the first time either of them have performed a show at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And that's the main reason why you do. I mean, I feel like there's so many joint tours
To fill stadiums.
lately. And it's just feels like a cash grab, honestly. Because Chris Brown was just on tour last year, and Usher, is not too far removed from a tour and a Las Vegas residency. So it's like, do y'all need money or?
That's exactly how I saw it. When they announced the news, I was like, oh, I know that artists make their money when they're on tour. And then like the fan base of both being in one arena feels like a layup if you want that big check.
I'm going to raise the unpopular question of whether one would want to go to this tour. I personally departed ways with Breezy way back when.
Yeah.
When I saw the photos of Rihanna's face, I was done with him. I'm not going to lie. So.
And he has a very violent history since then, too.
Yes. So, like, how do you think this will impact? I mean, it hasn't impacted him, really.
No, I'm just saying, I mean, he's really been able to survive a lot. Because I think part of it is he's light-skinned and conventionally attractive.
She said he's light-skinned. That's why.
2, I mean, we typically do, let men get away with a lot in the industry, obviously.
Right.
Obviously.
I think those are the 2 main. And then, like, I feel like his core fan base is, like, Black women. And I feel like, Black people in general, I feel like we are typically a little bit more forgiving, I would say. And he does, Chris Brown's music in general is not great to me. Although,
I was going to say that too, but I'm glad that the music critics said it.
Right.
Yeah, but he kind of makes the same song over and over again.
Yes.
But the radio seems to adore him because he can make catchy hooks. Like, if you're going to need a catchy song or whatever, a catchy R&B song, you would probably go to, Chris Brown for that, because he does well, on the radio and stuff. I do find this to be a mutually beneficial tour, because I think Chris Brown needs Usher to have a cleaner image, and I don't think Usher will be doing Mercedes-Benz Stadium without Chris Brown, because he has
cool
bigger
factor.
fans.
Yeah.
And when he did his tour,
he has more fans. I'm sorry.
Who? Chris
Brown.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When Usher did his tour post the residency, I assumed that he would be at Mercedes-Benz because of the popularity of the Vegas shows. So I guess I was a little surprised that it was at State Farm. But hearing you say he wouldn't be able to fill out that arena on his own,
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Bad Bunny could do it. Like, big, like, global stars can sell out, stadiums alone. So if you're not that, then you're going to be at State Farm Arena.
Yeah.
Basically.
Somebody on Reddit called this the Bumps and Bruises tour.
So, okay. I made a couple of notes about the nicknames for the tour because they are aplenty. That was on my list, Bumps and Bruises.
Yeah.
I also saw, this is enough, okay. I also saw Confessions and Concussion.
Ooh.
I also saw this one, Herp and Perp. And
Oh,
then
God.
I saw, I don't even know if we can keep any of this in here, but I also saw the Predator.
Yeah, I saw that one too. Predator.
So, people are not calling it the R&B
Honestly, I
tour.
think Confessions and Concussions is my favorite one.
Wow.
I don't know why
Confessions
that
and
seems to work, but it's
Yeah.
appropriate.
Yeah. I mean, despite the controversy surrounding Chris Brown and even Usher, especially in recent news, I think this tour is going to do really well. The fact that they got 3 Atlanta stops, I would assume that shows that there's a demand for this. And they're going to be touring for pretty much the rest of the year, June through December.
What about this whole beef between them? Like, is that dead?
Ooh.
What happened?
That fight, remember?
Did somebody jump somebody? One of them.
I don't know if either of them have spoke openly about that. Wasn't it like at Usher's
Somebody's birthday
residency
party
or something like that?
Were they skating? Like it was a skate party?
Something, yeah. And then I think on the Breakfast Club, I think Charlamagne asked Usher about that, and Usher was like, "Oh yeah, we good," just a very safe, answer. But for those who don't know, Usher was supposed to, mentor Chris Brown. Before Usher ever mentored, Justin Bieber, he was really supposed to mentor
Makes sense to me.
Chris Brown. So these two have a very long history.
So wait, did he or he never did? Oh,
I forgot the
what
reason
happened?
why. It was
Oh.
on he mentioned it on the Questlove Supreme show a while ago, but Usher did, that is. I forgot. I think he was just, I don't know, maybe he was just busy or they just didn't have the time to do it. Yes, it wasn't like a big, like no beef or anything.
Well, Deasia, what do you think of them as performers? You've seen both of them and reviewed their shows. What do you think this going to even look like?
I mean, for Chris Brown, he does like a lot of stunts, a lot of like dancing on the stage and air. He definitely lip syncs though, so it's not like you're coming there for real vocals. To me, Chris Brown just feels like a machine, like an R&B machine who can like churn hits pretty quickly or dance pretty quickly, and he can really sing well, but you really don't get a taste of all of that if you're watching his show because it's just so much going on. Sometimes it's a bit gimmicky. So yeah, that's who he is as a performer to me. And then Usher, like he is, you can hear his live vocals, and he does like let the song breathe and not just go to the next song, immediately
like a
after.
ringtone performance. You unlocked a memory because now I'm feeling embarrassed. When I was in high school, I used to say that my name was Naja Monifa Parker, which is my real name, but I would tack on Raymond and Brown. So it would be Naja Monifa Parker Raymond Brown.
What?
Oh my God.
I refused to pick. And so if you look
already
at
had the tour name
This tour is
in
for
your
you.
name.
Get your ticket now.
mind you,
Give
I
her
was
free
in,
tickets.
let me give context. I was in high school from 2004 to 2008.
Yeah.
And if you look at my yearbook now, you'll see some of my friends back then addressing me by my quote unquote full name. And then I went home recently, over the weekend, and I went to my childhood bedroom and I had a picture of Christopher Brown and a little picture of Usher right on top because I loved them both at the time.
Naja, you need to be there.
Well, I ain't got no ticket,
You're
child.
the original,
I don't
the
know
original
about all
fan.
that. I said I'm going to get my Jermaine Cole ticket and my Olivia Dean eventually, but
Yes.
I'm not jumping for joy at this stage in my life.
Well, I'll tell you who won't be at the R&B tour.
She said, Ned Jerome won't be there.
And I wouldn't
Nor will
either.
my child.
Well, I know that's right.
I wouldn't either if it wasn't
For work.
Well, good luck to you all out there getting tickets because I won't be. So we won't. Most of us
No,
won't be
we
either.
won't.
So.
Well, all right, y'all. That's all the time we have for today. Until next time. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to It's UATL. UATL is a source for Black culture and community in Atlanta, powered by the Atlanta Journal-Constitution and its supporters. The show is hosted by Nedra Roan, Deasia Page, and me, Naja Parker.
If you liked the episode, be sure to follow us and leave us a rating and review. It really helps. It's UATL wouldn't be possible without our lead producer, Isabel Kirby McGowan, and producer Kara Schillen. Extra support from Ron Williams. Our executive producer is Gavin Godfrey. Megan Nadolski is our senior producer, and Samantha Stamler is the head of audio.
Special thanks to Janelle Davis, the managing editor of UATL for the AJC. Want more UATL? Be sure to join the community at uatl.com. See you next week.